During my lives, I usually do book reviews in like 50 characters or less. And I figure since I got a good batch of books that just arrived, that I will do a video and kind of give you a little bit of that. So I'm gonna go super quick. These are my opinions, and this is why I have these books in the shop. This is Fated by Starlight by Krista Street. This is Paranormal Romance Werewolves. The cover is absolutely beautiful. Dual POV, it is spicy, and the spice builds up to book 2. It's a great, great story. The Vine Witch by Luanne G. Smith. This is paranormal, and it's about clearly witches. And I get asked to get paranormal witches all the time, so here's one. Slaying the Shallow Prince, another beautiful cover. This is fantasy romance, enemies to lovers. I've been asked for enemies to lovers a whole fucking lot. Epic battles, epic fantasy, really, really, really good smut. Filthy Rich Fae by Geneva Lee. This one has the sprite stencil edges. Fantasy romance, enemies to lovers. Morally Gray MMC is a little bit of a slow burn, but it's great. Pestilence by Thalassa. This is paranormal romance slash dystopia. Think the world is ending and you fall in love with the guy that is making it happen. Song of Forever Reigns by E.J. Mellow. This is a 3-book series. It is fantasy romance. Each book is by one of the sisters. Each one of the sisters has different powers. Book 1, obviously, like most fantasy books, is world building, but it's the story of her, and it's a great story. It's gonna get you hooked. You're gonna want to read the other 2. This is Lightlark by Aster. Think Hunger Games, but in a fantasy world. The Last Dragon King by Leah Stone. This is about dragons. It is a fantasy romance. This is perfect for those of you that describe yourselves as fourth-wing readers because it has dragons. The Dragon King needs an heir, and he's looking for someone to make babies with. The next ones are Christmas. A Winter Wish by Emily Stone. Opposites attract, forced proximity. There's a crackle of electricity between the main characters. Christmas. Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. One word is banter. So much fucking banter. It's funny. Friends to Lovers, Forced Proximity, it gets spicy. Talk Santa to Me by Linda Urban. Cute, relatable. There is a little bit of a story of grief. It is, like I said, relatable. Like, I love it. Christmas. So this is Christmas by Tracy. Andreen, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. This is YA romance, cute, sweet, festive, Christmas. Let's jump into erotica. This is Credence by Penelope Douglas. If you like a woman that loves to share, this is a great book. It's a little taboo. She is with her uncle, quotation marks, and her cousins, quotation marks on that because they're not blood related. Taboo, sexy, 3-in-1 reverse harem, love it. This is Phantasma by Kylie Smith. This is gothic fantasy romance. Think gothic fantasy romance slash Hunger Games. Creepy romance spice. There's a magical competition, spice, and the challenges are creepy as fuck. Oh, and there's spice. This is Toxic by Nicole Blanchard. This is the type of book that you're gonna be like, what the fuck did I just read? FMC is a nurse in a prison. Her husband is a guard in that prison. He is abusive. So if you have triggers towards abusive relationships, this may not be it for you. Since they work in the same place, he is able to like keep an eye on her at all times. And there is an inmate that becomes obsessed with her and realizes what husband is doing. Yeah. One Curse Word by Rebecca Sinetti. This is dark paranormal romance. Mafia vibes for sure. Stalker, a little bit. This is My Dark Romeo by L.J. Shen and Parker Huntington. Modern day fantasy retelling. This is Cinderella in the modern day world. She is sassy and sarcastic. He is unhinged and swoony. This is Twisted Love by Anna Wong. This is adult romance, brother's best friend. There is smut in this book. He hates everyone but her. He is a grumpy sunshine. This is Dark and Shallow Lies by Jeannie Myers Sane. Beautiful cover. This is dark mystery slash horror. Best friend disappears. There's a new boy in town. There's a lot of mystery between the characters. There's a lot of secrets. It's a little bit supernatural. You must read it. Promises and Pomegranates by Sav Miller. This is dark fantasy romance. Make it mafia, make it dark, make it spicy. Oh, and there's an age gap. This is Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. We know her style of writing. She writes erotica. I will own you and I will corrupt you. Enough fucking said. This is also Erotica, Priest by Sierra Simone. This is a little bit of taboo because yes, the main male character is a priest. So let's fall in love with a priest. Let's do it in church, right on the floor, while Jesus is in the cross watching us. Yes. This is book 2 in the series, but they're standalones. You can read them in any order. This is Sinner by Sierra Simone. He is a sinner. He's a womanizer. He's a playboy. He's a sinner. And you want him. This is book 3 in the series, Saint by Sierra Simone. This is a beautiful love story. It is spicy. It is forbidden love, and it is male-male romance. Now we're jumping to my 5-star reads section. So let me show you some of those. This is The Lonely Hearts Book Club by Lucy Gilmore. This is a beautiful story. It is about a group of people that don't know that they need each other, but they do, and they find each other through a book club. It is honestly a must read. This is Midnight Valentine by J.T. Geisinger. This is about a woman that lost her husband and goes to Seattle to open a bed and breakfast. That's actually my dream job. Like, I wish I could do that. But she goes to Seattle to open that bed and breakfast that she was gonna do with her husband. She meets the super dark main male character. You make all my broken parts bleed. Oh my gosh, I fucking love this book. This is Pen Pal by J.T. Geisinger. I'm not gonna give you a lot of details on this book because I don't want to ruin the experience for you. But this is dark, this is romance, this is suspenseful, this is erotica. There is all kinds of play and an absolute mindfuck. You're gonna read this book and you're gonna say, what the fuck did I just read? And you're gonna read it again immediately. 10/10, definitely recommend. This is Mr. Masters by T.L. Swan. Falling in love with your boss, never a good idea. Or is it? He's a judge, he's a widow, and she's the nanny. He will email her and tell her, we're meeting at this hotel in this room number, and I will need you to dress up. The theme is bondage. Yeah. Yes, please, Mr. Masters. It's the second book in the Mr. series. This is Mr. Spencer, about Spencer Jones, who is a player. He falls in love with a lady. Her name is Lady Charlotte. Must read. Book 3 in the series is Mr. Garcia, also by T.L. Swan. Mr. Garcia is a grumpy sunshine, and he's an asshole that you love to love. This is Fairy Tale by Stephen King. I love Stephen King with a passion. This is one of his latest book. This is horror, it's fiction, it's thriller. There's a beautiful, beautiful story between a boy and a dog. This is fantasy in the real world. I will never get over how beautiful this book is, and I cannot wait until they make it into a movie, because I don't know if they're gonna make it into a movie, but I'm sure they will, because it's Stephen King and it is fucking fantastic. I have 2 books by one of my favorite mystery thriller, crime, psychological thriller authors, Lord and White. This is Beneath Devil's Bridge, and this is In the Dark. If you are into authors like, let's say, Frida McFadden, who's very, very popular, this is the type of psychological thriller that you deserve. Elsie Silver, Wild Love. This is cowboy romance. If you are into spicy cowboys, Elsie Silver is the queen of How to Ride a Cowboy. This is Mia Olsen's Strapped Until You Love Me, another one with a beautiful cover. This is basically dark romance. Fall in love with your kidnapper. And for a Moment by Katharina Mora. This is spicy romance. This is love, tears, sex, tears, and more tears. And Not So Cute by Megan Quinn. This is funny as fuck and sexy as shit. With special editions, Butcher and Blackbird with the collector's edition. This is a beautiful book. If you're not familiar with this book, Butcher and Blackbird are 2 serial killers. Play a game every year of unaliving someone. You go from enemies to besties to lovers. Another collector's edition, Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue. This is another beautiful book. This is dark paranormal romance. You're gonna go from damn bitch, you're in danger to damn, I love Leon. Last but not least, Court of Vampire Queen by Katie Robert. This is another beautiful collector's edition. She's a vampire, she's a queen, and she is also doing 3 guys at the same time. If you have any questions, I'm just a message away.